Here we go. Yeah, yeah. Welcome to another edition of Gen Sports Corner. Back at you for the first time in a motherfucking while. It's me, your guest, Jen, and introduce yourself again, sir.
I'm Toon Filizar. We here, live in Philadelphia, enjoying the sports world. Appreciate you too much, Jen.
Absolutely, man. We're gonna hop right into it, like we were just talking about. Let's go into this press conference for Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, and how bizarre it was yesterday. What were your thoughts on that?
The press conference was really he really struck the first blow right there. He really seemed like he psychologically really took it over right there. I really need Delonte to really come out and really be serious about his business. It's the third fight. First of all, why are we even seeing his third fight so soon? Let me ask you that.
Oh, that's all politics. You know how that goes. Because let's be honest, it should be Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury right now, right? And we're gonna go into that. But right now, it was in the contract, so he exercised his right to have, a rematch since the first one was a draw.
Right.
But I don't know what you think, but in my opinion, unless he's going to make some drastically different changes this time around, he's going to get washed. It's going to be even worse. Now, for the first time around, he has otherworldly power to knock you into the shadow realm. We all know that, right? But he's never faced a guy who was as tall or taller than him, who also happens to be an elite level boxer. And
Let me ask you something, Jen. Mm-hmm. Boxing skills. Do you think he's actually able to beat him again? Do you think the first fight was a fluke?
But the second fight was a fluke?
The first fight. Do you think the first fight, the win by what was a fluke?
That was a draw.
Do you think he beat decisively?
That was a tie, the first fight, correct?
Okay.
You're asking me, do you think that was a fluke, that it was a draw?
I'm not convinced that he can beat him I'm not convinced that he can beat him in the square ring.
Who, you're not convinced that Fury could beat Wilder in a square ring?
Right.
I disagree. So,
excuse me. I think that Fury right now, pardon me, let me be clear. Mm-hmm. I think that Fury is so much focused that brother right there, he doesn't know the combination to really beat against him. I think the first win in which he won, I don't think he really earned it 100%. The second fight, Tyson really took it to him. In his third fight,
let's get that correctly. The first fight was decided to be a draw, so nobody technically won that fight, right?
Really?
Yes.
Right. Thank you.
So I want to circle back to what you were saying. So do you think that
Wilder can? Do you think Wilder is capable of beating Fury in a straight up fight?
No, and I'll tell you why. The first time around, I thought that Tyson Fury, in my opinion, I thought he won even with the two knockdowns because he was just dominating the fight over. Other than that, and he still got up from two knockdowns, and then even after the second knockdown, came up, got back up like the Undertaker, and proceeded to chip him up for the remaining 2 minutes of that 12th round after that, devastating knockdown. Now, in the second fight, in that first fight, he was coming off a 2-year layoff where he was having suicidal thoughts, addicted to alcohol, just spiraling downwards, right? Came out in no type of shape. Even his dad was like, why are you going to fight Deontay Wilder? You're not in shape. Why are you doing that? Right? And he still dominated. So the second fight, he came out, full training camp.
He seemed like he was laser tight focused. It seemed in the second fight that Tyson was really just a different creature.
He looked healthy, like he didn't have the mental issues. He had a full training camp, and he came in heavier. Like the first time he was skinnier than usual. This time he came in, put on the pounds, and if you notice, he walked Deontay down. He came in there looking to run him over, and that's exactly what he did. Because if you notice early in the fight, Deontay caught him with one or two really good solid rights, and he ate him. And I was like, oh, this is going to be different. This is going to be different. I think he felt that, okay, Deontay has otherworldly power, but I'm 6'9", built like a Neanderthal. I came in 250, 270. I ate that shot. Okay, I can walk this guy down. He's coming in even heavier this time. I think he's going to come in like 280, and he's had time to build up power, and he's a better boxer. Because I'm gonna tell you what's going to happen, in my opinion. Deontay Wilder, and if you saw the press conference, his trainer Malik Scott was talking about all the things they worked on, working on the fundamentals. But he's been in the camp though. He's been around. He's been a boxer, and he's been in Deontay's camp, so he is new, but not really. So you're talking about all the things they worked on, and it's really reminiscent of what I saw with Ricky Hatton when he brought Floyd Mayweather Sr. into his training camp, right? Before he went against Pacquiao, after the Floyd loss, right? And he was showing Ricky how to be more defensively responsible, use the jab more, head movement, all these things. But as soon as he got in the ring, he caught that first punch. All that shit flew out the window, and he reverted back to who Ricky Hatton is.
Yeah, you feel that first punch, and you forget all the training.
Yeah, and that's what I think is going to happen with Deontay. And Deontay Wilder, mind you, he has a good jab. He just either refuses to use it, or you know what it is. Maybe it might be this. He might have a ever so slight fear of what's coming back when he throws the jab. Maybe that goes back to the Olympics, back to childhood. And he just never broke that habit.
Can I say it, Jen? In boxing, boxing is one of the few sports where someone can have your number. I just think this particular gentleman has that man's number. I think that looking at the press conference, he was in his head. He was he seemed like he already hit him twice. Boom, boom. He was very calm. He hit him with facts that he couldn't deny. So he's stepping in the ring already being punched twice in the mouth. But we don't want to dwell on that too much. What's up with these Sixers, man?
Yeah. We are at game time right now. I didn't see game 5, but what I do know is from what people were telling me and from the news clippings I was seeing that Embiid seemed to be laboring on that knee in the second half. And as you know, if you play basketball, if your legs ain't there, those shots start getting real sketchy. All right. Now I want to see Embiid being healthy. I want to see them limit his minutes, but I also, more than anything else, I need to see Ben Simmons step up and have a Ben Simmons game. I need 30 points. I need 8 assists. I need 7 rebounds. I need him to control the paint like we've seen him do in past times when Embiid's been out. I need Tobias Harris to not have another off game, which I don't think he will. And then I think the Sixers will be able to get a strong win here. What do you think? Yeah, we might have lost to him here. I think he broke up. But yeah, the Sixers are heading to Atlanta, and they still have home court advantage. Excuse me, the Sixers are headed back to Philly, still have home court advantage, which is big. They have to maintain that. They have to get a big one tonight because you don't want to go back to Atlanta giving them the momentum in that house, because even though I believe the Sixers are the better team, the Atlanta Hawks can get hot at any time because of Trae Young, his playmaking ability, the way he's able to get into the paint and facilitate open looks for his perimeter shooters. Because if you make those guys have to be playmakers themselves, they turn into very ordinary players. But if you have Trae Young slicing through the lane and hitting somebody with an outlet pass at the top of the key, that's when those guys become really dangerous. And here we go. We got Toom coming back. You know what I mean? Had a little, a brief memento where you're going.
Technical problem, but we good.
We good.
So I did get a chance to watch the game some.
Yeah.
I don't think Embiid is really the problem. I don't think he has to give us much more than what he's getting. I want to hear more from the boy Tiberius. Like
No, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. You're not gonna do that. We gotta get the name right, man.
I need more from Ben.
Okay, and this is what I just said too.
I need more from Ben.
We gotta get the name right. Tobias, man, it's Toby, man. We gotta get that name right, baby. But yeah, that's why I was just going.
Problem with Tobias. You always
Yeah, you're breaking up too. But you're echoing you echoed the sentiments that I had, that we need more from Ben. We need more from Tobias. We need those two to be big. And I like what the Sixers did in the last series where they had Ben starting at center. They had him starting at center for stretches at a time. And he's a big guy. He's able to body people up in the paint. He's quicker than most centers. So you're going to have a mixture of him and Dwight Howard sharing time at center to take some of the load off of Embiid and to, quite honestly, playing to Ben Simmons' strength. You see the way they use Giannis at center. You're going to have to use Ben as that playmaker and distributor from the 5 spot, in the post, in the paint, getting rebounds, being a facilitator down low, being able to kick it back out to the shooters. So that's what I'm going to be looking for tonight. Let's go out, let's get a lead, and let's establish dominance at home court, flat out. Because if I have the Sixers winning this series 4-2. That's what I had from the outset, and that's what I'm sticking with. And if they get this win tonight, then they're going to be in prime position, I think, to win it back in Atlanta, because they'll have that momentum. Because the games that we've lost have been very close games, albeit the first game where they got out to a big lead and we had to play catch up all game because we had 9 turnovers in the first quarter. And we did catch up at one point. Had we not made all those mistakes in the first quarter, in the second half, we outscored them by a big margin. And then from that point on, every time we've won, we've outscored them by a lot of points, beat them by 31 game. In the game, even the game they won in game 4, they had to come back from an 82-point deficit at one point, right? At home. So as long as we're able to get a little more out of Ben and Tobias, I believe that we'll be able to pull out these next 2 games. I don't think it will go to a game 7. Maybe it does go to a game 7 and we win 4-3, but I have us winning this series because I just think that we are more solid in the paint. When it comes down to it, when we're able to take away the 3-point shot and make them try to drive the lane with those perimeter shooters, it's not going to work consistently enough to beat this defense with Dwight Howard, Matisse Thybulle, Ben Simmons. You know, we're very fundamentally sound. And then on the other end, they don't have anybody to stop us in the paint. You can see it with Bogdanovic and the other guy, I can't remember his name, when they're trying to guard Tobias Harris in the paint, and it's just a mismatch every time. They don't have the foot speed. And then when they try to cut him off and make a bad guess, that he's going to blow right past them. Same thing with Ben. So I think we could just score more consistently. And on defense, as long as we keep taking the 3 away, yeah, that's the way I see it. So let me know what you guys think. You know, we had some technical difficulties, but we still got our thoughts in about the game and how we see this game and the series playing out. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Quick news and notes on music. New song out, The Weak Shall Perish, with Black Angel featuring Stevie Franks and myself, out on Spotify. Go ahead, check it out. Certified banger. Just did the cypher last weekend. Shout out to Snipe for inviting me out, and met a lot of dope MCs. We had a good time. It was all bars, no filler. You know how that go. And then the album, I'm actually finishing up the album this week. I'm finishing up the majority of my songs, so we're going to be having that coming out very shortly. So be on the lookout for that. With that being said, enjoy the game. You know what it is. Gen Sports Corner. We talk real. That's what we do. Anyways, catch y'all later. Peace.